China is going through a massive dollar shortage. The People's Republic of China is running out of US dollar, which is still a dominant global currency. Around 50% of international trade takes place in the United States dollars. Around 42.22% of global payments are also done in the US dollar. Even in pet projects of China like the Belt and Road Initiative, China needs US dollars because the other countries want investment in the US dollar. That means these countries want Chinese money, but they want it in the American currency. According to the Financial Times, contractors of BRI typically prefer their payments in dollars when they work for roads, bridges, ports and other initiatives. They need dollar for that. And back in 2015, there was a huge stock market crash which took place in China, and the Chinese Communist Party was forced to use up to $1 trillion of its foreign reserve to prop up the yuan, its own currency. In light of all these, in past few years, Chinese banks and some of the big Chinese companies have been borrowing heavily in the United States dollars. This means you borrow in USD and you will have to pay back also in US dollar. This phenomenon is known as dollar denominating debt. This is an easy and short time way to bring in the US dollar in China. This is one of the big reasons behind the swelling Chinese debt in past years. Chinese banks have more than $800 billion of foreign currency loan on their books. Besides this, as per the Bloomberg report, Chinese firms have $2 trillion liabilities to foreigners, and their overseas subsidiaries have around $650 billion of debt. This year alone, Chinese companies are looking at $120 billion of debt repayments. The US dollar denominating debt. And if these companies couldn't make it, you can think yourself what will be the condition of Chinese Ministry of Finance, how they will feel. And as per the South China Morning Post, US dollar bond defaults by Chinese firms have jumped threefold to $12 billion so far this year from just $4 billion in last year. In the worst scenario, if China faces a real US dollar crisis, that they can't even buy the resources for the so-called factory of the world to produce its finished goods. In such a situation, the Chinese Communist Party will have to tap into their $3.1 trillion foreign reserves. But they won't do it unless things become really nasty. This situation is going on since past some time, but right now something is helping them, and that's their coronavirus, which started from Wuhan, and its global effects. And the Chinese bonds, opening up the bond market is an old tactic of China. Whenever they require the US dollar, foreign investors are very interested because it looks like making higher returns on their money. And also the advertising agencies induced hangover make them feel that. As per a report by Morgan Stanley, they estimate that annual inflow of 80 to 120 billion US dollar into China's government bond until 2030. By now, I am sure you might have forgotten that just some time back I was talking to you about Chinese banks suffering from US dollar crisis, or Chinese companies are finding it difficult to pay their debt. Same way, even the investor forgets and they go for the Chinese bonds. These investors also forgets what the Chinese Communist Party did with the Chinese government's bond issued before it came into power. Subsequent regime can do the same with the bonds issued by the Chinese Communist Party. After all, history repeats itself. Before 1938, the Chinese government issued trillions of dollars of Chinese bonds. But after the CCP, that is the Chinese Communist Party, took over, they claimed that these bonds were obsolete. There is a group based in Tennessee, United States, and they call themselves the American Bondholder Foundation. They claim their members own 1.6 trillion US dollar worth of these Chinese bonds. They say about China, it claims to be the sole government of all of China, including Taiwan, which is governed by the Republic of China, also known as ROC. But at the same time, China refuses its obligation to honor to pay on the defaults sovereign bonds, citing that these were issued by the Republic of China, ROC. They can't have it both the ways. They are correct. They are not saying anything wrong. And this is not a government's way to tackle the things. A government is always considered as a responsible entity. But once they have paid, and they have paid when there was a handover which took place of handover of Hong Kong from United Kingdom to China, and it was done during the regime of Mrs. Margaret Thatcher, and she put the condition that China will have to honor those bonds, and never before that and never after that. They paid the bond owners, they paid the money, they honored the bond owners of Great Britain. And right now the American bond owners, they are also asking the same from the Trump administration. They have met with Mr. Donald Trump, they have met with other leaders, and I think whoever will be in power, let it be Donald Trump or Joe Biden, these issues will also be raised. But those people who are investing there in People's Republic of China by their bonds, they must consider all these facts. And as a good citizen, it's our duty to make sure that the world understands, the world know what China has done with the bond owners, what China is doing with the debt, how immoral the Chinese Communist Party and the entire system of China is, how the false propaganda is managed by the Chinese Communist Party via advertisement, and that will be a real dent to the Chinese Communist Party. Thank you.